It has truly affected me. Felt like I was going through so much at once. I just wasn't ready after going through that really traumatic experience. Oh, this is going to be our new normal. It all goes back to childhood trauma. Let's be real. Here I am again. I don't necessarily regret buying our house. However, would I have been happy with that house? I didn't do mine last year, and last year was my worst year yet. Coincidence? I think not. Hello, welcome back to another video. This is our first video of the year. I can't believe it's 2025, but I have to admit, I couldn't be happier to finally start a new year. I figured what better way to start off the year with a little chit chat, get ready with me video, sharing a little life update, answering some questions that I've been avoiding. I haven't done a proper get ready with me video in such a long time, so please bear with me. But let's get started. It literally feels like it's been forever since I've done one of these. I honestly suck at get ready with me's while chatting, so I'm going to probably just list everything I'm using in the description box, but starting off with this L'Occitane hand cream, literally the best, especially for this super cold weather right now. I have here my makeup, which is my everyday makeup. Ever since moving, I've had my makeup in this makeup bag, and I just keep changing up products. Whenever a product runs out, I just exchange it for a refill. So that has been my life for the past year and a half. Not a year and a half, like a year and 2 months. I really want to be as vulnerable as possible in this video. I have a hard time saying that word, but I genuinely miss the old YouTube. I miss my old self on YouTube. I'm probably gonna get emotional in this video. I can't even, we haven't even started. Anyways, let's just start off slow. I went ahead and applied my favorite hand cream at the moment, which is the L'Occitane. This is amazing, especially during the winter time. It's been saving my skin. But for skincare, I have been loving, like so obsessed with this Clarins Double Serum. Oh my God, it is truly amazing. I even like just using this without any makeup whenever I'm home because it makes you feel, I don't know, like you actually take proper care of your skin. By the way, don't forget to apply serum, moisturizer, and any skincare down to your neck and chest area, because my mom always said that that's where your age shows first, and your hands. But yeah, grab your drink. I'm drinking pomegranate juice because it's 1 o'clock and it's honestly my favorite. Cheers. There's this super cute bird that keeps flying into this branch. Do you see it? All right, we're off to a great start. Let's start off with foundation. I'm going to be sharing all of my favorite makeup products at the moment and like basically my everyday makeup routine. You know, the L'Oreal True Match Nude Tinted Serum. I've gone through like 7 of these. It's just my absolute favorite. It's full coverage. It's also buildable, and I just love the way that your skin looks when using this. And then, all right, I'm gonna add a little more on my chin because I'm breaking out. By the way, look at my new hardware on the bookshelves. We finally put the shelves, so my goal is to finally finish this office, like properly organize it. Everything has been in boxes, you guys, in my attic. Not even kidding. After foundation, I move on to my brows. I've been using this pomade from Maybelline in Black Brown. This is the Tattoo Studio pomade. I'm gonna quickly do this one because I truly can't multitask. Once you look something like this, just kidding. I'm going to move on to cleaning up my brows with this Dior Backstage concealer. You can obviously use a cheaper concealer, but this is honestly an amazing concealer. I wish I had the color for my like under eyes, but I don't, so I use this one, which matches my skin tone very well, to clean off my brows. All right, brows are done. Let's rip the band-aid. First question, why don't we see you as much as before on Instagram and YouTube? Is it marriage life or just enjoying life out of Instagram? So 2024 was honestly my hardest year yet in my 31 years of life. It was an emotional year. It was a roller coaster of emotions type of year. It was a very transformative year for me. A lot happened, and it was more so things that I was trying to navigate and learn as they were all happening at once, where I needed to take a step back and honestly be within my feelings when it happened. God damn it. I don't know if doing my makeup at the same time as talking is the best idea right now. Long story short, 2024 was truly, I don't per se like want to see it in a negative light, but yeah, it was a very, very hard year for me. It was honestly the worst year of my life. I felt like I was going through so much at once that I honestly didn't know how to handle it all. And the way that I cope is by isolating myself. So obviously being consistent on YouTube and social media took a toll on me. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. All right, I'm back. I really hate the idea of crying on camera. Last year, I was going through a lot of health issues that really affected me in many ways. I'm still trying to navigate with. I don't think I will be sharing much about it right this second, but I will eventually, just not right now. Aside from that, honestly, the house truly, I feel like is what took me out the most. I just wasn't ready for what renovating a house entailed and how mentally exhausting it is to renovate a house, and also your life being shown your everyday life. I hope that when I edit this, it all makes sense because my head is just all over the place. As you guys know, at the beginning of the year, we went through a really shitty contractor situation that was very messy and very chaotic for me. And then around that same time is when I started going through a lot of health issues that it was just truly, again, I'm gonna sound repetitive, but it was just so much at once for me to deal with and handle and cope with. After going through that really traumatic experience with the contractor, we ended up deciding to do a lot of the house projects ourselves. Mainly it was Eric's idea because he originally, if it was up to him, he would do everything in the house. And I love that about him. I absolutely love how handy he is and how hands-on he truly is on everything with the house. I just couldn't be more grateful to have him. Quite honestly, we have saved so much money with Eric doing a lot of the work in the house. However, Eric has a full-time job, and it's a very intense full-time job that obviously takes, you know, a lot of his attention. So therefore, work projects were only happening during the weekend. And as we get older, I feel like every single weekend it's some sort of activity or gathering or just something to do that is more of a priority than staying home and working on a house project. So long story short, a lot of the projects were very slow. If you guys have been following me for a while now, you know how important organization is for me. I'm a Capricorn through and through, so I need, the way that I function is by having a schedule, by being organized and having my surroundings organized, because then I mentally feel organized and I'm able to cope with things better. So because the house, till this day, like literally till this day, if I could show you, matter of fact, let me quickly show you guys how this room looks. Yeah, and that's just a glimpse, right? This is just one room, but every single room in our house looks like this, like till this day, because every project, unfortunately, we've done kind of halfway, not per se halfway, but like there's some sort of something missing in every room. And I understand that when renovating a home, your house is never going to be fully done. Like you're never ever going to be fully done with the house because, you know, your house is a project, a long-term project at that, where you're going to constantly want to change things and renovate certain things here and there often, right? So coming to that realization of like, oh, this is going to be our new normal in a way, has been very challenging for me. On top of that, you guys know I am a perfectionist, again, as a true Capricorn, which is my timón de Aquiles, I think is how you say it in Spanish. But yeah, it's like my flaw in a way, because I just constantly want everything to be perfect, because if everything is perfect in my head, it's like I'm functioning right. It all goes back to trauma, let's be real. It's something that I don't necessarily hate about myself, but definitely something that I wish I could control and be better at, and just like let things be as they are. So 2025, it's gonna be that year for me. I'm just gonna, if it's not perfect, it's okay. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're gonna be okay, Nathalie. And that's just the way that life is. Life isn't supposed to be perfect. And obviously, for example, on social media, I've been doing this for 12 years. I recently got a notification on this, and I've been doing this for 12 years. And YouTube and social media in general, you're only showing your highlights, and you're the one editing your life as you want. So you obviously portray it as you want. And if you're editing a video, you're gonna want to show the best version of that video or clip, right? So we as a society have gotten used to only showing the perfect side of our lives. At least for me, I'm very, very guilty of that. And yeah, I just want to be better at not portraying that my life is perfect, because it's not. And on social media, it could definitely look like it is. But you just never know what someone is going through. Here I am again. God damn it. Last year in a few vlogs, I shared that I started going back to therapy, and it honestly was so incredible for me. I truly couldn't recommend it enough. Like, therapy is amazing, and in my opinion, I feel like necessary for all of us individually. I just feel like we all have things to work on, and if someone professionally can help you work with those battles, then why not use those resources? You know what I mean? So one of my goals is to go back to therapy, because I did stop, and I would love to go back to therapy this year. But yeah, I feel like that for the most part answered that question and the elephant in the room of why I've been absent. And then regarding married life, I did get a few questions. So I'm gonna answer this one, which is, how do you maintain the spark in a relationship in fun ways? So we honestly, married life has been great. The transition of being a girlfriend to fiance and wife has been great. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's like a big change, because from the beginning we have always been equals in our marriage. Like Eric, as you can see, he's very hands-on. He also loves to cook and loves to clean. So it's not like my life changed drastically in terms of like doing that traditional married life, because that's just not us, and I honestly love it that way. I feel like it balances each other out very well, and we are able to work together with everything. And then in terms of keeping that spark, my biggest tip would be just continue to date each other. And I feel like it's so repetitive and everyone says that, but it's so important to continue to date each other and go on weekly dates with each other. Like, again, due to the house and like how busy our life turned after moving to a new house and renovating, we definitely did put that aside, and like we wouldn't necessarily go on our weekly movie nights or our weekly date nights. So that was something that we worked on a lot last year as well, which was going on more dates with each other, and that will truly help your marriage and relationship so much. So continue to date each other, bring that like spark back, dress up for date night or do fun activities together. And then aside from doing things together, make sure they are both also doing things separately and doing your own individual hobbies. For example, Eric loves jujitsu. I could care less, and he likes to do that. I can go ahead and do some pottery or, you know, some sort of craft that I may like that he's not really into. And I feel like that will truly fill your cup in a way, which then equals for you to be a better version of yourself to your partner. I hope that somehow made some sense. But I got a bunch of Hudson questions. So does Hudson shed? If yes, how do you deal with it? I also got some like training questions, and yeah, pretty much like the training, how it went and all of that. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that we basically sent Hudson for a 3-week training camp situation. And it honestly, it was so expensive. First and foremost, it was very expensive. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like $2,500 for 3 weeks. It was quite a lot, but I do feel like it was worth it and important for us to do, because I really wanted Hudson to be a trained dog. And even though Hudson wasn't per se like a bad dog, I just wanted him to be a trained dog, like a dog that listens and that listens to commands whenever you tell them sit or don't jump on people, you know what I mean? Hudson is a really happy dog, so he gets so excited whenever anyone comes over, and he just wants to go full force on you. And he's a full dog, like he's not a little tiny dog, he's a big dog, so he doesn't know his size, and we really wanted to control that. The trainer did help a lot with that. Also, he loves to eat my underwear, so I wanted him to be better at that, but that is not something that she per se could train him on. It's just a boy dog thing, and it's the most annoying thing ever, honestly. But back to the training, he is definitely a lot calmer. We also did snip him, so we got him neutered, and that also slightly helped. Again, he's still a teenager, so he's still a little crazy pants a lot of the times. Like today, he literally ran away, and I was calling him and his shock collar. So I feel like this is very taboo and not everyone's going to agree, but we do have a shock collar. I feel like it sounds a lot worse than what it is, but it has a vibrate button, and also a sound button, and then a shock button. So you don't necessarily have to shock your dog, but it does help bring their attention, especially in times of an emergency, such as him running towards a car or something like that, because we do need to put an electric fence around our house. By the looks of it, we can't put a real fence in our neighborhood. We still don't know, but we also know that that's gonna be so expensive. From what I see in our neighborhood, no one has a fence, and I'm assuming it's because it's not allowed. We don't live in an HOA or anything, but I don't know. I know that we have to ask the town or something like that. Anyways, today he was like gone for 5 minutes, and I was panicking because his shock collar wasn't working or the battery died. And yeah, sometimes like that, he just doesn't listen. All that to say, we still have to continue to train him and, you know, follow up with all of the commands that the trainer taught him. It's not like you're gonna get a brand new dog coming back and he's gonna continue. You have to reinforce all of the training every single day. So it's a full-blown commitment whenever you get your dog trained. I will leave her information down below. She's truly amazing with dogs. We actually found her via our veterinarian. She works there, so definitely recommend. Back to the shedding question. Yes, Hudson does shed a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he does shed a lot. He doesn't shed as much as I thought he was going to shed though. Like, I don't know, I thought he was gonna shed more, but we do vacuum, or should vacuum every day. Realistically speaking, we vacuum every other day. Sometimes it goes longer than that, but you should vacuum every single day and it will help tremendously. We also have a bunch of air purifiers everywhere. Like, we own 3 currently, and I want more because I just want 1 per room or per area. Also, another thing is our floors. I strategically stain them the same color as his fur or coat. So honestly, we can't really see the hairs as much. You can also get the rolling thing. There's like a huge roller that you can roll your rugs and anywhere, like your couch and stuff like that. We also give him this multivitamin that apparently is supposed to help with the shedding. It could also help. The reason why I say that he doesn't shed as much as I thought he would is because I've pet other dogs before where their hairs truly go everywhere whenever you pet them. With Hudson though, I feel like whenever we pet him, a lot of hair doesn't come out. Does that make sense? I don't know if the multivitamin is working, but I think it is. I swear I lose this lip liner maybe twice a week, and I keep buying more and more so that I don't like lose them. And somehow I have 5 of the same exact lip liner and it still gets lost. So all right, we're back. For lipstick, as you guys know, this is not something new. Estee Lauder liquid lipstick in bronze leaf. This has been discontinued, and for some reason I have been able to find it randomly here and there, but they don't sell it at Estee Lauder anymore. So I feel like I'm soon going to have to change my favorite lipstick. But for lip liner, I'm using the Sephora lip liner in Rosewood. This is a beautiful lip liner and color, but the real ones know that my absolute favorite is the Urban Decay Conspiracy lip liner. Yeah, that's basically my everyday makeup. I'm gonna answer a few more questions because I got sidetracked while I was doing my makeup. It's Not The Label, no longer in production. I got a few questions about Not The Label, and honestly, it makes me so happy that you guys still care to hear more about it. Not The Label is such a fun and creative project for me. Like, I truly enjoy creating the pieces that I have on my website, but it is extremely time consuming, especially to balance everything at once. And with how my life is currently, I just don't know if I can give my 100%, and I'm the type of person that if I'm not giving my 110% on something that I'm working on, it will affect my everyday life. Which, for example, because I'm not giving my 110 on YouTube lately for the last year and a half, it has truly affected me a lot. So it's not that it's no longer going to come back, but as of right now, it's definitely put on hold. I would love to come back next fall, winter again. So stay tuned. Maybe there's some sort of drop during the fall 2025. What is your advice for first-time home buyers? And when you bought your house, did it need a lot of repairs? Biggest advice in terms of buying a house is it is extremely complicated and hard, but honestly, it is so rewarding to know that you own and have something of your own. I have a lot to say about this topic, but my biggest advice would be save as much as you possibly can before putting yourself into that situation, because having a house is not for the weak. It is extremely expensive, like in so many ways than one. Even if your house is perfect, there's, you know, God forbid, there's always going to be something that will happen without you wanting or without you expecting it. Something with the house could happen. It could be the boiler room messes up, or your heater or AC stops working. There's just so many things that could go wrong with the house, but it just comes with the package. However, what I would say is just save as much as you can for those emergencies whenever they do occur, because 91% it will occur without you even expecting it. I feel like I would also say don't get a house that you can't afford. Like, it's better to start small rather than getting something that it's your dream house at the moment. Like, you could afford it, but you're going to be left off with no saving. I don't necessarily regret buying our house. I absolutely love our house. I love the location of our house. That's something else that I would really recommend is like try to get a house in a neighborhood or location that you really want or see yourself living for 5+ years. 10 years, maybe long term. In terms of that, I absolutely love everything about the house. I love how big the house is. I love the backyard. I love, again, the town, the neighborhood, how far apart we are from everyone and all our neighbors. However, it also has its cons. It is a big house for just us two. Like, it's a full house. Therefore, it's a lot more projects to take care of, just us two. And it's gonna take a lot longer because it's a bigger house. The backyard, it's a high maintenance thing. Like, you constantly have to take care of it. Keeping up with the backyard with as many acres as we have, it's very expensive and it's a lot of work for all 4 seasons, not just like the summertime, let's say, for example. Again, thankfully, Eric does a lot, but those are things that I would say you should take into consideration. Like, if you are getting a house, maybe don't get it as big as you may want at the moment. However, I do have to say, if you did watch our home buying series, we put an offer on this house that we really liked in Brookfield, Connecticut, and I truly loved the house. However, it was a very small house and it was kind of like cookie cutter, already key turn type of home, but that's not really what we wanted. We wanted a bigger home. We wanted a house that we could live in for more years than just 5. We wanted to make it our own by doing small renovations, and thankfully we didn't get the house. Then I go back and think, if we would have ended up getting the house, would I have been happy with that house? Because now I look into this one and I'm like, this one needed a lot more renovation per se, because it wasn't brand new. But this one had more character and it just was more of our style. I feel like it's a very complicated topic and I'm very 50-50 on it, because again, I love our house, but it is a big house. It is a big commitment. It is a lot of work that I didn't necessarily see it happening. And it has affected my everyday life because we still are living in boxes. There's still so much to do in this house that it has affected me a lot more than I anticipated and wanted, just because I'm the type of person that if my surrounding is not functioning well, I feel the same way inside. You guys know that I love clean with me videos. This house has been so messy for a year and a half that I just don't feel motivated to film those videos, because it's just not authentic to me. Because I feel like since there isn't a home for each object per se, I push back into organizing. The biggest example is our closet, and it's honestly my top priority for 2025. the beginning of 2025 to situate that situation, because I just cannot cope with that room, the messy room with all our clothes. It's a project that we're currently working on or starting to work on. I'm seeing multiple closet companies, but to finally have a closet will bring me so much peace, because then those clothes will finally have a home. Does that make sense? How is the house coming along? Any new projects? So continuing off of that, yes, we are currently working on or starting to work on the closet transformation. Nothing has happened yet. I'm still receiving quotes and it's extremely expensive, to say the least. But hopefully that is a project that we get done maybe by March. Fingers crossed. We're currently working on the basement, which I am so excited to finally show you guys. I actually have a video that I want to upload of all the mini projects that we've done around the house that I haven't shared yet, and the basement is one of them. So I'll share that one really soon with you guys. And the one that a lot of you guys are waiting for is the kitchen. So when will we see the vlog on the kitchen remodel? I've been looking forward to it. If you guys watch Vlogmas, we actually started working on the kitchen at the end of November, hoping to be done by Thanksgiving. It did not happen. For the most part, the kitchen is actually done, which I am so excited to finally show you guys. But there were a lot of hiccups and many things happened throughout the renovation process. As always, just know that no project will ever go smoothly, is what I've learned. But I am really happy with how the kitchen turned out. It's still a temporary fix though. I do hope and pray that we get to do a whole gut renovation maybe next year, but for now I am loving how it looks. We just need to add some recessed lights and the last few touches, and then I can finally share with you guys. I'm gonna finish with this one, which is 2025 goals, new journey, self-care tips. So I'm a full advocate for vision boards. I haven't done mine yet, but I didn't do mine last year, and last year was my worst year yet. Coincidence? I think not. So I'm planning on working my vision board this week, which makes me really happy, just so that I can have a vision of everything that I truly am aspiring and hoping for this year. But some of my goals is definitely less screen time. Very hard. I have to admit, one of the many reasons why I haven't been as consistent on YouTube, aside from the ones that I already mentioned, is the fact that I waste too much time scrolling. Doom scrolling has been affecting me a lot. Thankfully and not thankfully, TikTok was almost banned and then it came back, so I got back to scrolling again. But yeah, all jokes aside, trying to scroll less on those platforms is definitely one of my goals. Like I mentioned earlier, going back to therapy is another important one for me. Being more organized this year is another priority for me, so finally finishing off rooms and organizing them and feeling some sort of like relief in me is a top goal for me, aka finish organizing the office, the kitchen, the dining room, the closet, and everything that's in the attic, basically. Maybe a little overachiever of me, but I would love to get 10K steps a day. I am not a walker, and I have not been as consistent with the gym and working out since the wedding, so definitely a top priority for sure, which is why we're prioritizing the basement and fixing up our gym area. But yeah, basically continuing to work on the house, take care of my mental health, and my overall health is a top priority for me. So eating healthier and being more mindful with my everyday life and what I consume, and going back to me, honestly, is my main goal. Just prioritizing me, and I don't know, like I truly want to get that spark back for YouTube. I love, love, love this platform more than you guys know. I love this community that we have built, and I couldn't be more grateful for all of you guys. So if you watch till the end, I am so eternally grateful for you guys, for real. You mean a lot more than you will ever know, and I'm just so grateful to have this community. I'm gonna quickly give you a rundown of all the products before I finish. Clarins Double Serum, L'Oreal True Match Nude Foundation, Maybelline Brow Pomade with the Dior concealer to clean up my brows. The best concealer there is, the Hourglass Concealer in Beach. Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. YSL All Hours Hyper Bronze in number 4. Best bronzer ever. Lancome Blush in Absolutely Happy. Ilia Warm Nude Palette. Top favorite. Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. Lip Combo Estee Lauder Liquid Lipstick and Bronze Sleeve. Sephora Rosewood Lip Liner. Last but not least, for setting spray, this one from Pop Beauty is amazing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to link everything in the description box. I hope and pray that you guys have an amazing 2025, and see you next time. Bye.